Yo, what's going on, man? Today I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be about the pressures of being young and ambitious. And this is, I feel like this is a very popular topic because I feel like a lot of people in my generation, they're very eager. They're ambitious, they're hungry, they want to be super successful, they want to have all the nice cars and all that stuff. And I feel like sometimes we want it right now, and keep in mind you can get it right now. You just got to find the right vehicle to get those things right now. And sometimes those ways aren't always going to have to be running a business. And this is what I'm realizing. I love running my brand, and I'm gonna have to do some very big dramatic changes here soon. I've been really considering closing down my main store in Memphis. And just the reason why is just, it's not the same foot traffic anymore. It's so hard finding reliable people. And I'm just bleeding money, and it's not making the same amount of money as it used to. So I've been thinking about just getting rid of it and just doing weekend pop-up shops, weekend kiosks, and just going that route. And during the week, finding a sales job that I'm able to make a good amount of money from, selling certain products or services, so I can use that money to invest into my brand and also invest into the stock market and take care of my family. And if you told me that probably 2-3 years ago, no, I'm gonna be like, hell no, I don't like working for nobody. I'm only gonna do that for myself. But sometimes you gotta realize what the end goal is. The end goal is to be free. The end goal is to have enough money where you have an option to say no. But in order to get to that point, you need money. And in order to have a big nest egg for your investment, a lot of money in your investments, you have to have money, and that money has to come from somewhere. So that's why, my mindset has kind of shifted. I don't want to work an hourly job. I want to do a performance-based job where, based on my performance, I get paid on X, Y, and Z. So that's, kind of what I've been considering. And it's just because I understand, with my brand, if I keep continuing to take money from my brand, which I don't want to do, but if I only do my brand, I'm taking from a child. You wouldn't ask a child to take care of you. You would wait till the child turns, 20, not even 20, 30, way more established before that time comes. So that's why I want to wait until that time comes where, the business could really just run by itself, and then I could, take some money from it, but I don't want to steal from my baby too early. So that's why I just have that mindset, I'm going to find something where I can make some money from, invest that money in the Lost Hearts, because the clothing business is a great business, but it requires a lot of capital up front. So that's the one thing about it as well. Like, in order to make a lot of money, you need to spend a lot of money, and I don't want to have to keep getting loans to scale, because, getting loans are great, but just how the Bible says, the borrower is always going to be a slave to the lender. I want to be the lender. I don't want to be the borrower. So that's why I just got to stack my money up. And, that's just kind of what I've been realizing. And I feel like my generation has a hard time, humbling themselves and realizing, like, it's okay to work a job. Because, I'm not going to work a job, for the next 50 years, but it's going to be a stepping stone to get me to where I want to be. I heard this guy say, a job is your first investor, which is true, because they're funding your dreams. And when you look at it like that, it makes sense. And, I'm willing to humble myself to, do that, because sometimes you got to do plan B to make plan A work. And, that's what it is. And, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to keep documenting this journey along the journey. So, because my end goal is to have a ton of money in my investments, continue to run my brand, but have enough money put aside so I can just continue to run my brand, not have to take loans, pay off everything I need to pay off, and continue to travel and run my brand. And I would want to get another location, but I just have to make sure all my ducks are in a row before I do that. Because